Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. First weekend of October and now we are starting to see championships come to an end, new champions crowned and some old names battling for glory once again. Before we get into this weekend's predictions, let's take a look back at last weekend, and it was actually a pretty good one for me. 6 out of 18. I called 1/3 of the races correctly and a few others came close as well. Compared to many of the previous weekends, that's a top result. I'm a racing genius. On to this weekend, and we have a lot of final rounds to get through, including the end of the British Touring Car Championship at Brands Hatch, NASCAR from Talladega, Brazilian Stock Car from Argentina, Intercontinental GT Challenge at the 8 hours of the Indianapolis, Nitro Cross from Utah, Euro Cup 3 from Jerez in Spain, and the final round of Euro 4 from Monza. With all that to get through, subscribe now so you don't miss the results, and let's jump into the video. British Touring Cars comes to an end for 2024 at Brands Hatch, and it literally couldn't be tighter going into the final 3 races. Tom Ingram and Jake Hill both find themselves on 365 points, and with 67 points remaining, it has left only 6 drivers in with a chance of winning the championship. Colin Turkington and Josh Cook are 64 and 63 points behind respectively. They need to score maximum points and hope both Ingram and Hill score nothing, and Ash Sutton very little, to be champion. They basically have no chance. Dan Camish is not much better off and will also be out of it after race 1. Ash Sutton has had a few rough races this year and he's only won 2 races. He has a 33-point deficit to make up, and in touring cars that's not easy. He needs Ingram and Hill not to finish in at least 1 race each and outscore them in all 3. And let's face it, Ingram and Hill both hitting bad luck is very unlikely unless they hit each other. So Ash Sutton can still win, but he needs other things to happen. He has won so few races this year, I've got to give him 2 this weekend, and pole, fastest laps, and leading the race points to himself. That keeps him in with a shot, but he'll fall just short. Aaron Taylor-Smith will win for reverse grid, and final race of 2024, I think we will see a first championship win for Jake Hill, but only just ahead of both Ingram and Sutton. I think all 3 will finish within 10 points of each other. Expect contact, a lot of contact in these final 3 races. As for the other championships, Aaron Taylor-Smith and Paramax Racing have pretty much tied up the independent title. Mikey Doble is almost certainly the Jack Sears Trophy winner. A lack of competition has made this a very successful year for Vauxhall. Manufacturers, it comes down to BMW and Ford, and I think the German brand will steal it at Brands. I can see all 3 of their drivers scoring decent points, and maybe a bad weekend for Rowbottom or Camish might kill off their challenge, even with Sutton dominating out front. But Napa Ford will definitely win the team's championship, mostly because Jake Hill and Colin Turkington are technically on different teams, and Hyundai have Nick Halstead on their books. Hopefully, it'll be a good end to the year. Maybe some drama, some hard fighting, and some real touring car racing. Great way to end the 2024 BTCC season. Let's head over to America now. It's a busy weekend across the pond. NASCAR is at Talladega. I never really like the big ovals. I don't like ovals in general, but I really find the big ovals tend to be quite tedious. So to make it interesting, let's go for a big shock win for Daniel Suarez. That sees him move safely into the final 8. The playoff contenders have had it rough over the last 3 races. Half of them didn't even finish in the top 10 in Kansas. Maybe that will continue and we'll see some big names like Kyle Larson and Joey Logano have a shocking weekend. That puts them in a bit of jeopardy at the final round of 12 race. Moving on to the Intercontinental GT Challenge at the 8 hours of Indianapolis. I don't really know how to predict this one. GT World Challenge America is also coming to an end in the same race, both sharing the same stage. I think we'll see a win for the Lone Star Mercedes team with IndyCar champion Alex Palou, alongside DTM race winner Lucas Stoltz and experienced GT racer Fabian Schiller. They're not competing for overall championship glory, so they can go out and enjoy themselves. No pressure whatsoever. But Charles Verts will be the sole winner of the Intercontinental GT Challenge. Nitro Cross is in Utah. 2 more rounds of small rallycross fields, electric cars and big jumps. There are 4 good drivers in the field and 2 of those will take wins. Robin Larson will take the championship lead and Fraser McConnell will be right there as well. I've kind of fallen out of love with this series. It was great in season 1, but now it's just another really sad rallycross championship. Over in South America, the Brazilian Stock Car Pro Series is on holiday in Buenos Aires, Argentina. The championship is really close and it will get closer in Argentina. A win for Ricardo Zonta that will take him into title contention, and a win for Cesar Ramos. He's further down in the championship, but he has won a race in 2024. But he's not going to be champion. He is experienced, but he's never been a top driver. Finally, we have a couple of junior single-seater championships to look at. For the penultimate round of Euro Cup 3 from Jerez, only 5 drivers can still win the championship. It's been a close battle between Christian Ho, Bruno Del Pino and Javier Segura all year, with Owen Tangavelu and Valentin Cluse hanging on. Javier Segura has won 3 of the last 4 to start to pull away, and can seal the championship with a good weekend if his rivals suffer some kind of fate. Javier Segura will take 1 win, and Bruno Del Pino will take 1 win. It'll be enough for Del Pino to have a slim chance of winning the championship, but Javier Segura has all but sealed this one. We also have the final 3 races of Euro 4 from Monza. Freddie Slater won all 3 races last time out, but was penalised in race 3. He has to be the favourite, so 1 win for Slater, 1 for his teammate Thomas Stolkamanis, and 1 for Akshay Bora. But it'll be Freddie Slater winning another championship in his very young career. So there are my predictions for the forthcoming weekend. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Leave your predictions and see if you can do a lot better than I can. It's going to be hard to beat last weekend, but if I can get at least 5, I'll be satisfied. Make sure you subscribe for more motorsport content, including the results of these predictions next week. And we will be looking at the final round of BTCC on Sunday. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.